Okay, so I don't know if this was actually fully explained, but okay. We know that that one police officer showed Zach the photo of Fatima and Reid hugging at the front door of their house, okay? Now, it was mentioned that Deja wanted me to show you something. And I know Deja because sometimes I pop up at her parties. All right? But then in the very next episode, episode 14, we also discover that this cop is cool with Nate. So basically, he's the inside man that can help them communicate with Zach. But the question is, who exactly took the photo of Reid and Fatima hugging and why? Now, based on I mean, initially I thought it was Deja. I mean, it makes the most sense. She's intrusive, she eavesdrops, and well, she's looking for any way possible to get revenge on Fatima for everything she's done to her since she's moved in. Now, it doesn't make sense for her to take the photo based on the angle, because from the angle you could tell that it's from a distance, and on top of that, it's like the person who took the photo, if Fatima or Reid turned around straight ahead, they could have seen them being taken, someone taking the photo. And I'm like, nah, Deja, no, it wasn't her. Connie makes the most sense. She was in her car the whole time. She was parked right in front of the house, and she was questioning who this Reid person was to begin with, thinking that something was going on behind Zach's back. So it stands to reason she was the one who took the photo. But how did the photo get to Deja? That's what I'm wondering. I mean, could it be a situation where Connie sent the photo to someone? Here's what I'm thinking. So we know Connie was sitting out there as soon as Reid came, and they weren't even in the house a good 3 minutes, if that. So Reid came out the house and he left. Fatima, talked to Connie briefly and she pulled off. So then she went to the hood and then talked to Tony and Nate about Fatima's decision. And then Nate left in a huff. Connie asked Tony about Dr. Reid. He didn't think too much of it. And then he left to go after Nate. And then Connie was just there. So did Connie send I don't okay, Deja and Connie have talked one or two times while she was outside of Zach's house. But I don't think that they got to the point where they exchanged phone numbers. So the only way I can think of that would make sense is if Connie was the one to take the photo, if Connie was the one who took the photo, she sent it to Nate. But then if she sent it to Nate, what good would it have done for Nate to show Deja? Because it makes the most sense that this cop who knows Nate got the photo from Nate on his phone and then showed Zach. And then in the following episode, Nate calls like, yo, your brother's still alive. Fatima's not, dragging her. Well, she's dragging her feet to teach you a lesson, and she wants you to stay in there for a while. And here's this photo showing her hugged up with some other dude. So, bro, something going on. And that's what's not making sense to me. Like, how could Deja have taken a photo? The only way it would have worked is if I don't know, she had a camera outside, or she was just, I don't know. No, because she has her own little driveway to pull into, so it makes no sense for her to just be out on the street in her car. Yeah, this whole thing doesn't make sense, but I like the angle of Connie being the one who took the photo, because remember earlier in the episode, episode 13, when they came out of Jeremiah's hospital room, she's like, yo, if that was my Negro in jail, I would have sprung him out by now. Well, he's not your Negro. Obviously, it's the other N word, but, I'm trying not to say it for the sake of, monetization. And I feel like, if you look at Connie's reaction to that, it's kind of like, oh, it's like that. Because remember when she was talking with Tony and Nate, it's like, look, that ain't our place to get Zach. That ain't my place no more to get Zach out of there. That's up to Fatima. And I mean, maybe she felt some kind of way about that. Like, she's been saying for the longest time to Fatima this season, like, yo, you've brought out a side of him that we've never seen, and he really loves you, this, that, and the third. Basically making it known that, hey, Fatima, I respect what you and Zach have. But for Fatima to kind of just throw in her face like, well, hey, he ain't your man. She probably took that kind of like, oh, okay. But then, like, from her, for her to see Fatima not wanting to get him out of jail, even though she knows he's innocent, to this random, tall, dark, and, well, not dark, tall black man just coming up to the house that same night. It's like, oh, so is this why Fatima's dragging her feet? I mean, I could see that. Now, you could accuse Connie of being messy, which in a way she is, and I still don't forgive her for getting this stuff started in the first place. But now I'm just sitting here like, you know what? Hey, throw some mess on it. You know what? Give Zach another reason to be rightfully pissed off at Fatima. I mean, remember, Fatima did the same crap in Sistas season 5 when Angela showed her that photo of Karen and Zach hugging at the salon, and all hell broke loose from that. So let's just see how this is going to unfold. But with that being said, I guess Connie was the one that took the photo. But you notice how sometimes even though we get 2 episodes in a week, sometimes there are lines of dialogue that don't seem to make any sense whatsoever. Where it's like, if a character was present for something that happened or they overheard something, then in the following episode they question a person about it. Like, for example, how did Angela know that Zach was innocent? And I'm like, that I don't get how she would know that. This is at the beginning of episode 14 when they're in the gym. She's like, I heard your man was innocent. And I'm like, how would she know that? Because people like Bryce told her, no, Bryce didn't know Zach was innocent until he got to the office and saw Nate and they talked. He didn't call or talk to Angela at that point. And Angela said, I heard, implying that Fatima was not the one to reveal that information. And I'm pretty sure that Nate, Tony, and nor Connie, none of them would have contacted her. So, yeah, there is no way for Angela to have known. It's just like a random thing. So, yeah, I think Connie took the photo. And let me know what you think in the comments section below. I think that they really could have just changed a couple of lines of dialogue and it would have worked better. Just saying that, hey, Nate got this photo he want me to show you. That would have made the most sense because Connie knows Nate. But hey, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.